written note? Did he write a written note before the assassination attempt? That's what the governor said yesterday. And what did that say? If you could.
So what I'm able to say. I'm sorry. So what I'm able to say is I addressed it partially earlier, is that the written note, we believe, did exist, and we have evidence to show what was in that note, which is, and I'm going to summarize, basically saying the suspect wrote a note saying, I have the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to take it. That note was written before the shooting. Evidence of its existence, we now have learned, existed before the shooting, was in the location in the suspect and partner's home. But we have since learned that the note, even though it has been destroyed, we have found forensic evidence of the note, and we have confirmed what that note says because of our aggressive interview posture at the FBI.
So I wanted to start off with this clip because just a reminder for how silly is not even the word anymore, for how nefarious, these things are looking. Very nefarious, to the point where I'm seeing all of a sudden certain people are almost about to say Candace is right. And there's headlines of missing evidence. Again, we're going to get into that. What does this mean, Kash Patel? The note. So this was done. This was a September 15th interview with Kash Patel about Charlie Kirk's assassin, right? And they had a note where he said he had the opportunity to end Charlie Kirk, but then the note was destroyed, but they have forensic evidence of the note. That makes absolutely no sense. These people think that you're stupid. They do. And it would be a Kash Patel to lie to you like this. Let me tell you something. I met Kash Patel before. He wouldn't remember. I do. He cut in front of me in a line at the bar when I was, in D.C. doing some MAGA stuff back in the day, whatever. It doesn't matter. This arrogant tool will think that you should fall for that because you're nothing but a dumb American, and you should just go ahead and fall for that. That's insane. And so this is where we are with this whole situation, with this Charlie Kirk assassination. And so now there's missing evidence. We're going to get into all of that. I sometimes I don't know where to go with this case. This case is insane. It really is. But before we get into everything, guys, I'm going to thank everybody who's here, who's watching. We're breaking everything down. Everybody who's watching, thank you so much. If you like what you see, please don't forget that the like and subscribe button and the notification bell. Thank you to every eye that lands on these videos. And let me say one thing. And it's not that I necessarily saw a comment about it, but look, I have been messaged, if you will, that I should stop talking about the situation. It was early in the game, but I was messaged that I should stop talking about the situation. And I went ahead and decided to keep talking about it. If you see my titles are a certain way, yes, it is to bring more people in here. I'm not going to sit here and be ashamed of the fact that I do that, because if I'm going to get in trouble for this anyway at some point in my life, I might as well go hard, right? Let's get everybody in here and talk about it. And so we're going to talk about it, because the way I look at it is, are you, the government is pulling a fast one on the people. Why can't we talk about this? This is crazy. So apparently there's Candace Owens tweeted this out. You honestly cannot make this up. Footage of Tyler Robinson turning himself into police does not exist. The footage simply does not exist anymore, or maybe it never existed in the first place. You decide. Let's look at this report. Then I'm going to show you Tim Pool, who's going to basically start agreeing with Candace Owens. There's a lot going on with the security team, just all of it. So let's just get right into it. Please, people, do not hit me with a bunch of ads. I can't take the ads. I don't even want to. Well, you know what? Actually, we could watch it. We don't even need to read it. So hold on, we're going to get hit with ads.
In order to defend cases with a capital offense, some involving a possible death penalty. He's not affiliated with the case involving Tyler Robinson, who's accused of shooting and killing Charlie Kirk back in September. I showed him what I found that could indicate there's potential missing evidence in the case.
He said, hey, I know who Charlie Kirk's shooter is.
On September 17th, 2025, Washington County Sheriff Nate Brooksby held a press conference.
Our job was not to interview. Our job was just to get him here.
After Charlie Kirk's alleged shooter was taken into custody in Washington County less than 2 days after the shooting.
Within the hour, my friend drove Tyler and his parents to my office. where he was greeted by plainclothes detectives.
After learning of this, I submitted a public records request to obtain any video of Tyler Robinson walking into the jail facility. Washington County responded saying there were no records responsive to the request, as Robinson did not go to the jail area. Our request for any holding room video was denied.
So guys, and I didn't expect to find the actual footage talking about this, so you'll bear with me. I might have gotten a copyright hit, and if I did, I'm probably like filtering some stuff out or whatever. So I just felt like I needed to break the fourth wall and say that to you guys. But this is interesting. So they don't have footage of him walking into the prison, not the prison. You know what I mean? Like oh my gosh, the police station, right?
A few weeks later, I re-upped the request on a more generalized scale for surveillance video showing Tyler Robinson walking into the sheriff's office.
For the state of Utah, we would certainly hope that this video is available.
The response? Our office does not have any applicable records responsive to this request, as the surveillance footage is no longer available after the 30-day retention period.
If, in fact, it has been destroyed and not preserved, it's very concerning. And if it has, then it's very concerning that they're telling you they don't have it. If they no longer have it, I would have expected to say that this video has been provided to the Utah County law enforcement. Please contact them. But instead, this letter leads, in my opinion, as trying to shut the door and not give you free access to the press.
While it's not clear if the video exists and was just handed over to another agency, in a response to me, Washington County shared with me they don't believe the video was shared with anyone involved in the case.
Wanting to get videos showing that he turned himself in and the manner he did so would be crucial for the defense work of mitigation.
26 years as a criminal defense attorney in Utah, Bautista is currently working another capital case in Utah County with the state intending to seek the death penalty.
Again, Mr. Kirk, by all counts, was a great young man who was helping educate people, and we encourage that. And this is very tragic that he's lost his life, but it is not a death penalty case.
When you look at this case on the surface and what you've seen play out, what stands out to you?
What stands out to me is this is not an aggravated murder case. In order for it to be an aggravated murder case, that something that can qualify for the death penalty, there has to be an aggravating factor.
Bautista says the alleged weapon in the shooting alone doesn't meet the standard for prosecutors to seek the death penalty.
The risk of hitting someone else really isn't there. And so that's why I believe that aggravating factor is really weak. Now, why it was charged that way is clearly political.
I hope he gets the death penalty.
And I just want to remind people that we still have the death penalty here in the state of Utah.
Instead of looking at it objectively, a prosecutor is to look at the evidence objectively and then charge the person with the most applicable crime. Here, where they're saying it will be this crime, we are now taking evidence. So they're trying to make the facts fit a cause of action that is not applicable.
Bautista believes the death penalty conversation in this case was pushed too soon.
Certainly suggests abuse in our higher government.
Utah County Attorney Jeff Gray filed a notice of intent to seek the death penalty against Tyler Robinson, who's accused of shooting and killing Charlie Kirk. Gray said on September 16th, just days after the shooting, that the decision to seek the death penalty was made independently. Brian Schnee, KUTV2 News.
I mean, I don't care about the whole, I wouldn't want an innocent man being dropped. There's that. But excuse me, so they don't have the footage, and they're saying that the footage could have been destroyed or something like that. Like, it could have been, they're saying that it could have been destroyed. It's not available after the 30-day retention period. This is not normal. We're not gonna say that it's normal. Like what? So come on, y'all, stop playing, man. We've all watched true crime. Everybody can see. We have footage of, of people who are talking to cops from 1987, from freaking 1960 something, right? Or at least we could listen to it. We don't have any of that. We don't have any of that, and they're saying that it's no longer available, or at least a footage of him even walking in the door. What happened to the footage that day? Like, what happened to the footage? So they don't have any footage from that day, and they said they got rid of it 30 days later. Why did you get rid of it? And that's highly suspect. I'm sure Candace is going to talk about this on her show. I'm sure she's already talking about it on her show. But this is egregious. This is egregious. This is a disrespect. I just cannot believe the fumble. And this guy, I mean, like him or not, I mean, I wasn't his number one fan, but he definitely put in work for the Trump campaign and all of that. So what does it feel like? It feels like, I'm sorry, it feels like a cover up. I mean, tell me that doesn't feel like, okay. So anyway, somebody said, at this point, does Tyler Robinson even exist? It's not even funny. Like, I mean, it's just insane. It's more than just insane. The article, hold on a second. Candace, sweetie, the article doesn't say the footage never existed. It says the jail area video doesn't exist because he never entered the jail. The holding room video was denied due to active investigation. And the exterior footage is gone because of 30-day retention policy. You're leaving that out half of context. There's no context. Why would they get rid of it after? There's no, somebody saying like there is no 30-day retention policy. Like, what are you talking about? 30-day retention. So in 2025, we can't hold on to footage. We can't hold on to evidence of anything more than 30 days. Is that what I'm being told here?
We had an assessment with my security team, and we use a couple different contractors. And the immediate question was, how is this possible? Because these are the questions we have for our security. If you are told by police that they will take care of a security risk, do you ignore that risk and just say, don't worry, they got it? Unanimous consent, never. Never. Every security guy I talked to said, no, absolutely not. You hire private security for a reason, not to delegate responsibility to the public sector. That's not why you hire private security. You already have police security everywhere you go. We have done events where we've coordinated with local police. They're going to be there. We then hire our private security because we do not rely on the public sector. No disrespect to these cops. But when he says, what am I to do? What else am I to do when command level person from accredited police department says I've got this area? I'll tell you why people are losing their careers. Because everyone in security knows that makes no sense. I'm sitting down with a SEAL team guy, and I asked them, we pay a lot of money for the security guards. Do you delegate security responsibility ever to local police? No, we don't. If we can confirm a certain area is covered by a police officer, we may lighten in a certain degree. Like if there's an entrance to a building and there's two cops in front of it, they'll keep an eye on it, but they don't necessarily need personnel standing at those doors if police are there. That being said, they don't just say, have a nice day. Yo, one of these security guys said to me, brother, if you put a janitor on that rooftop, Charlie would be alive. What are you paying for security for if you can't get a former cop, a military vet, someone who knows to go walk around the building? What are you paying for? This doesn't make sense. Now, again, never attribute to malice that which can be explained by incompetence. Sounds like, and I'm not trying to be a dick, but this is a matter of life and death. It sounds like these guys, at the least, didn't do their jobs, which shocks me to my core. Not that police said, I got you covered. And this is what I've heard. This is what I've heard from everybody. This was police jurisdiction. Security stood back and told and the police said they'd take care of it. This is why you have conspiracy theories. Because I will stress this again. And you know what's funny, and I will say this for Candace Owens. I don't know how much she's talked about this because you know she has security too. But I'd be willing to bet any one of these guys with security, their security guards are saying, we would never do that.
So, this is Tim Pool. I really do not know what Tim Pool is doing. Tim Pool because I covered this, Tim Pool just did a clip where he was complaining that the number one podcast on, basically all over, but certainly on YouTube or whatever, is only nothing but true crime. Now suddenly Tim Pool, he's asking questions. It's very weird. This was never about true crime. Like, come on, man. Like, how much stuff do we need to see? So it's just what it is that never attribute to malice what we can deem to incompetence. Okay, fine. I'll take that. The problem is that everything lines up together so all of it is incompetence. It is, I mean, how much the probability is beyond this world at this point that this much incompetence could have came together at the same time to make something look like a cover-up, to make something look nefarious. No, we just made a whole bunch of mistakes from the minute it happened, really from before it happened with the security detail, right? All the way down to losing footage of people walking in or whatever, destroying footage. So just a bunch of incompetence. So everybody's incompetent about the same thing. About somebody leaking on the ground, nobody grabbing a rag to put on his neck or anything like that. No 911. I told you, the minute I watched this thing, I saw it, I was like, this feels weird. And that was the first time I watched it. Been nothing but a mess. I'm going to go check out Candace and see what she's talking about. It's really been nothing but an absolute mess. I don't know what else to say. I really just don't. I'm trying to find a way to end this, but I can't land it. I don't even know how to land it. Anyway, guys, look out for the next one. Thank you for everybody coming in. God bless you all. I'll talk to you guys soon.